Welcome to the Living Elan Podcast, where we help you reclaim your confidence and energy through taking control of your wellness. I'm Paige Hope.
And I'm Tracy Vallejos. Join us for quick chats on wellness, personal growth, hormone regulation, and more. Welcome to another episode of Living Elan, where once again, I get to be in studio with the incredible Paige Hope.
This intro. We're going to need to get a new intro.
No, we're not ever going to get a new intro. What's wrong with my intro, Paige?
The incredible Tracy.
No.
We're both incredible.
No. I just want to say I love being in studio together. Like I said on the last episode, there's nothing like the energy that comes. And as we shared on the last episode, which make sure that you tune into, was all about getting summer ready. We talked about self-tanners. We talked about the food noise out there, hydration, protecting your body from the sun. So make sure you do that. Now, this one is going to be all about protecting your hair this summer because it's huge. I mean, when I think about the two of us, like I have fine curly hair, right? So the summertime really plays its effect, but I can imagine on your fine straight hair and being blonde, right? That everybody's like, oh my gosh, it's the summer. Like, what do I do? So I want to, we always want to make sure that we're giving tips here, non-toxic tips. Because there were plenty of things that I was doing with my hair that I didn't realize when it was literally falling out by the handfuls was part of my thyroid. But because I was using so many non-toxic products as well, it was affecting my endocrine system.
Toxic products. She meant toxic products.
Did I say non-toxic? Yeah. Oops. No, I had to switch to non-toxic. But all the toxic products that I thought was so good for me, they end up affecting my thyroid, which then affected my hair falling out, which then, vicious cycle. I thought, I'm going to buy X, Y, and Z product and put it on that was toxic. But of course, I educated myself and got myself out of all of that. But here we are talking about getting ready and protecting our hair. We've got chlorine. We have, even the lakes this summer, getting into, I don't care what type of water, the sun itself, anything like that. So, Paige, I know I mentioned she just never knows what I'm going to talk about next. And she said,
I literally don't get to prepare for these. I just roll.
Yes. And she said, what are we talking about? And I said, we're going to protect her hair this summer. I said, that's very important to us.
Yes.
And talk about energy and feeling confident. Our hair is a crown of our head.
Yes.
So we had to. And she said, I have something that I really love. So,
because I always want to give the tips,
Like I love giving tips. So let's kick off here, first of all. And what is one of the things that you do? You have very fine, beautiful blonde hair. And can I just say that it is a blonde platinum as well, which a lot of people, I was a hairdresser 30 years ago. And, but I just know that it could, get dry. It could get brittle. It could also break off. But what do you do to protect your beautiful, honestly, silky hair?
Thank you so much, Tracy.
Well, it's true.
Because I have worked really hard on it.
No, I know.
Especially if everyone has heard the story of mine as well. I did get a little bit of hair loss going through my hormone journey as well. Not as bad as Tracy's, which is, a whole other crazy thing. But two things. Even when I don't style my hair. So, of course, use a heat protectant. If you do not have a heat protectant, get a heat protectant. But even when I do not style it, I will put heat protectant in my hair when I go outside. If I'm on the boat, lake, whatever it is, I put it on. And I use InnerSense, and it is my favorite heat protectant.
Oh, you love that one?
You can get it on Amazon, InnerSense.com. And I also use their shampoo and conditioner. I am actually a big fan of InnerSense. So, and their purple shampoo. So if you are platinum, sometimes it goes a little bit yellow. They have an awesome purple shampoo. So that's my first tip is heat protectant, even when you're not styling your hair.
Oh, I love that. Well, I'm just going to say, my first thing that I am going to, Paige is looking at me like, oh gosh, what is going to come out of her mouth? Well, to tee this up, on the last episode, I talked about wearing driving gloves, heat protectant, sun protectant driving gloves that you put on that go up to your elbow to protect your arms and also your hands from the UV rays. Well, I also have a hat that I keep in my car. I live in the desert.
I've seen this hat.
It's big. Okay. It's a big old hat, but it's also, the fibers are made to be able to also then counterset the UV rays so that obviously you're still getting hot out there, but it's protecting your hair. I will say that was the biggest thing. The first year I moved to Arizona. I had no idea. I'm just happy. It is beautiful sunshine. I come from the Midwest where, goodness, you had to be looking at the Weather Channel every few hours. You didn't know if it was going to rain, storm, the humidity, sun, where it was just sun all the time. Well, guess what? That sun all the time literally broke my hair off the first summer because it got so dry. So one of the things that I had to do quickly is I'm just sharing with you, get yourself a good hat.
I love that.
Put it, I don't care if I'm walking into the store, I will grab it out of the back seat. I literally put it on. I could just be walking. What takes me a minute and a half, maybe a minute to get to the store. I don't care. I just take it off and it has protected my hair so much. So
I love that.
I'm going to link the type of hat I get that has the UV protection in it. And you know what? They have many different styles. You don't need to get the great big one like I do.
Well, or you should, because it's very stylish.
I think it's really cute.
She looks adorable.
I should post some photos.
It's hysterical. Okay, number 2, I would say for me is, I have chatted about this, oh my goodness, probably a lot of episodes ago. But once a week, especially in the summer, I'll bump it to 2, sometimes 3 times a week. I will put oil on my hair and just let it sit. Because I am outside quite a bit in the summer, and it is, you're not putting heat on it like a straightener or anything, but you're putting actual sun heat on it. So coconut oil, castor oil, that, and I have recently been doing rose hip oil, and then I want to test a pumpkin seed oil. So I know I'm doing a lot of oils these days, girl.
I love oils.
And it means I have to change my pillowcase like every 2 days. But as you can see, like, it is shiny. We're getting into summertime, and so I do that 3 times a week, and I just feel like it just kind of holds that moisture. And when I do get a little bit more sun exposure, it doesn't look brittle like a lot of people's hair in the summer. And because we use a lot of non-toxic products, this is so easy because it's just natural oils, like food grade oils, literally. You don't need to go buy this like fancy growth serum, whatnot. Like, sometimes I've even put, when I've been strapped, I've put avocado oil on my hair.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's so many food grade things you can put in your hair. Now be careful. Some oils you don't want to put on your hair follicle, but I mostly will do castor oil and rosehip oil on the actual, do it, and then I'll massage it. I do scalp massages as well. And then I'll do the other oils, like the coconut oil through
the ends.
Actual ends.
Mid shaft to the ends. Yeah. Because I want to make sure you heard what she said, like the castor oil and all that. That's your follicle. So what you're feeding your scalp, right? Super important. Obviously what you feed on the inside, putting that on, but then on the ends, really adding the other oil for the moisture.
Yes.
It is really huge. I love them because I've been using castor oil myself. I was afraid of oil at first. I thought, I have fine hair. It's going to weigh it down. So that's what I thought. So if anybody has thought that as well, say, oh no, I can't do that. It's going to weigh my hair down. No, those types of oils are so nourishing. They actually then build your hair up.
Yep.
And then it's not going to. So I don't want anybody to be afraid of that whatsoever. And you said something that I had to really learn. A lot of people, let's talk about shampoo and conditioner a little bit. Let's talk about some non-toxic products. If we could just flip there just a little bit. Because in my day, my hair falling out, hyperthyroidism, all of these different types of things that I realized that I was doing, I really wasn't thinking about my hair, right? Because it wasn't my skin. Okay. So I was like, what's really the big deal? Well, of course it's a big deal. It's still part of your hair. It's still on you. So many times I always, a lot of people used to say, it's non-toxic. I don't like that it doesn't suds. I don't like that it doesn't lather.
Foam.
Right? The foam, suds, lather, whatever you want to call that. Right? And I'm like, that's just an agent in there to make you think that it's working, that is actually drying your hair out. I make sure that I get anything that is sulfate free, right? It is SLS free. Those different type of agents in there, because those are actually stripping your hair. But psychologically, when we're putting that on and we're lathering it up, we got those big bubbles going everywhere, right? Of course we think, at least I grew up to think of course it's working. And then when I switched over and I realized my hair hasn't been this long, this thick, I don't know in how long. My hairdresser probably did my hair, 6-7 weeks ago. She's been with me now for almost 12 years here in about, the summer will be 12 years. And she's like, Tracy, your hair's never been so healthy.
Oh, I love that.
And I know that it's because I switched out everything. about a year and a half, almost 2 years ago, when I had one grow my hair back too. It was so dry and brittle. She's like, I can't believe how strong it is now.
Oh, I love that.
But so what I'm going to say is I will make sure, like for my curly hair, I'm going to put what the products I use that are absolutely non-toxic, but just know they're not going to suds. Like it's not that, but you don't need that. I want to get that out of people's head that it's not, just because they're suds doesn't mean it's working.
Yeah.
No, that's just the experience that we have basically
been programmed.
Programmed
and
totally.
That was the self-tan industry as well. When people were like, why is it not an instant tan? Why is it not instant dry? You just have to change your mind around it because that was the toxic cycle. And then hormone disruption rose.
Yes.
And now all these awesome non-toxic brands are coming out and people are like, this is weird. What's going on? And we're like, no. This is actually how it's supposed to be and feel.
That's what I want to.
We were wrong for the years ahead.
We were lied to.
I
swear, I'm gonna do some commercials on that. I'm gonna do commercials on like the 5 things that we were lied to. Right, one of them suds. Right, one of these
your shampoo to foam.
No,
your soap to foam. Like it really doesn't have to.
No.
So I think my biggest thing is make sure you swap out your shampoo and conditioner.
Yes.
Do some hair exfoliation or your scalp exfoliation and oiling. Start playing around with some food grade oils for your hair. It's super fun. And get a hat.
I was going to say get a hat. Now I'm going to share one last tip. Now this came back from my way days of being a beauty stylist, right? But then that I had to then circle back around that you could only be able to get if you were a stylist. I just want to say there was a time that now you can get anytime. And I'm not kidding when I say this has helped so much and it's non-toxic. And I'll make sure that I also link this one because this is huge, whether it's for curly hair, what I'm about ready to say, fine blonde hair, it doesn't matter. The Malibu packets. They're called Malibu packets, right? You want to use them once a week, every 2 weeks in the shower. They're like these crystals, but again, non-toxic that you put in the palm of your hand. You put a little bit of water. It almost makes a paste and that you put on. And it is so good for your scalp and your hair. Because think about it, we're rinsing our hair and all of the, in your water that is also creating a buildup of different chemicals because our water does have chemicals. Now listen, I've got a whole house system. I just moved somewhere and the one thing that I said I'll invest in is I wanted to make sure that I at least got, not just a water softener, but a house system.
I know. I thought about going into the whole, your shower is likely has chlorine in it. There was a test that they literally showed how much chlorine was in your shower and what you're actually washing your face with.
Yeah.
So I almost feel like that's a whole other discussion, but that is something easy. I think it's clearly filtered. What's the one that I have? You see at my place. Is it clearly filtered?
I'm going to make sure we link it again because I know these are just definitely things that everybody goes
forever.
Hey, let us help you. Let us I've got one, I do have something on my shower, so I'll go ahead and link that. I will do because it was fairly inexpensive what I did for the home. But what I realized is just washing my hair, right? Every single week. And when you can get that off and get your hair feeling, my hair has never again felt so good. And this Malibu treatment is so good.
I'm excited. I want to try that.
I know. Today, because I was thinking about these things, I'm like, Paige doesn't know this yet. But when I share this, and I think this is literally going to change people's life. If your hair's brittle, you need this. If your hair's dry, you need this. If it's limp, you need this. I am telling you, it will forever change and so inexpensive. And I just order it. A packet comes. I do it every other week. It's $3.54 a packet. Okay. That's all I'm going to say. So we love sharing with you things that are affordable, easy. We've tried. Let us take the guesswork out for you. So, hey, here is listen, we have spent the month of May just talking about getting ready for summer, cleaning up your beauty bag. We said, hey, let's get ready for your summer routine, clean soft tanners. We talked about even that food noise, hydration, protecting our hair. This is all about energy and confidence.
This is amazing.
Yes. So you're going to want to make sure that if you haven't listened to the past 2 episodes, make sure that you do that. But Paige, before I wrap this up, I want to make sure that if there was anything else are you? Any tips? Because I know your castor oil. Between the Malibu packets and putting the oil on,
y'all are good to go.
I'm telling you.
You're good to go. No, my biggest thing is go back to our last few episodes.
Yes.
We really killed it, Tracy, if I do say so myself.
Well, these are the simple things. All of us, right? Just feeling confident in yourself. When we're confident, we have more energy. When we have more energy, we go out there and do those things. And so what I want everybody, right? And so I'm just going to say this, the energy that we have then, we go out there and perhaps we do those things that we know that we are meant to do in our life. And so if you're wanting some inspiration on like, where do I start? Maybe I've wanted to start up my own business. Make sure that you listen to the next episode as I interview Miss Paige Hope and talk about, right, what it was like having that vision and then launching. Because it's not for the faint of heart.
It's not for the faint of heart.
Until then.
And I also didn't realize we're doing an episode.
I know. I hope everybody's laughing with us because she doesn't know this. But this is what we're doing. The month of May is getting you teed up. So once again, as always, here's to your energetic, confident self.